Thank you for joining us on another episode of Locked On Bulls. On today's episode, we'll talk about ESPN predictions for the Chicago Bulls to finish 8th with a record of 44-38. We'll also talk about DeMar DeRozan ranking 8th in the top 25 small forwards. And lastly, Cristiano Felicio popped up in one of the most unexpected places. We'll get into all that and more on today's Locked On Bulls.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily podcast on the Chicago Bulls, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for tuning in to Locked On Bulls. Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. Today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline, it's where the game starts. That's Pat, the designer, host, and creator of the Windy City Breeze. I'm Haize, host and creator of Chicago Bulls Central. And jumping right in, Pat, ESPN has now predicted the Chicago Bulls to finish 8th in the Eastern Conference with a record of 44-38. How do you feel about this?
There's a lot of love for Atlanta out here, dog.
Bro, and maybe they're right, bro. Maybe we get into the season and me and you, because I know me and you both are of the same mind. Yes, they added DeJounte Murray. That's really the biggest thing that they did this offseason. And while, yes, DeJounte is great, I don't see him as changing that team drastically. We got to keep in mind, this was a play-in team last season. Like,
I mean, there's no COVID to take them out. Well, there is still COVID, but I think they've lifted COVID restrictions, if I'm not mistaken. So there's not nearly as much holding him where, like, the team can get taken out, like how they did last season, which also might work in our favor this year as well. But I don't know why we just think that Atlanta's going to have this huge, crazy season. Like, they're not going to have to work through some issues trying to at least fit DeJounte Murray into their scheme and work through. Like, I don't know. Personally, I'm not saying Atlanta's going to be bad, but are they going to jump up 5 spots?
That's the biggest thing, right? Is because, like, Atlanta's gonna, don't get me wrong, they're gonna be good. I don't think that they're gonna be terrible or anything like
they're
that.
They're a playoff team for sure.
They're a playoff team, but they're not a team. I don't look at Atlanta and say that, hey, that's a team that's considerably better than the Chicago Bulls if the Chicago Bulls are fully. And maybe that's what's going in. Maybe they're not predicting health for the Chicago Bulls. Maybe because we don't know what's going on with Lonzo. Maybe that played a role. But, like, you're taking a team that last year with the Chicago Bulls, with all the COVID, all the injuries, like, got 46 wins. You're predicting that team after adding one of the best defensive centers in the NBA to come off their bench to replace Tony Bradley, to have better health, like to get 2 less wins. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, to me, that's the question. I will give ESPN credit. They also gave the Knicks 39 wins, like I said.
Which we
But the thing that I'm looking at is, and this is the one olive branch I hold out to ESPN, right? Like, what reason do they have to believe that we will have health, right? We've got Lonzo Ball, who spent a lot of time on the injury list in his career. While I think that he'll start to turn the corner because he started working back with his original training crew and stuff like that. I think that does play a part into it, so I think that's going to help him out a lot. But he went through injury, right? Zach LaVine went through some nagging things last year that kind of held him down, right? Like, so I guess if your thought process is that, why can we say that we trust the Bulls to be healthy? I can see why you would say 44 wins, but again, right, like, I can say that about every team on this list. Why do I trust Atlanta to be healthy? Why do I trust Philly to be healthy? Why do I trust actually, everybody else been pretty healthy on that. Toronto had a couple of injury issues last year. But, yeah, I mean, like, you could say that about any team, right? Injuries, sometimes you get the injury bug in a season. Sometimes you don't.
True. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I guess I still, like, even with that, like, with dealing with everything the Bulls dealt with, to be able to get 46 wins. So even if you're saying, hey, okay, we're not going to bet on the health, okay, They got less than 40 games combined from Lonzo Ball and Patrick Williams. Well, no, less than 50 games combined. So even if that's what you're saying, like we dealt with injury last year and still got 46 wins. Like I don't know, bro. Like, and that may be some of the homer in me. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand some of the pessimism around the Chicago Bulls. I understand people saying, hey, you know, we don't know if Lonzo may not be able to stay healthy. Let's go ahead and ding them for that. But at the end of the day, like this is a team that through all the adversity and being their first year playing together, let's keep that in mind, was able to get 46 wins. And it took a monumental fall off after the All-Star break, only getting 7 wins after the All-Star break for us not to have a 50-win season. You're then predicting that same team to have 44 wins. I don't see it. But you know, like I said before, there are going to be a lot of these analysts that eat their words when it comes to the Chicago Bulls this season, and I can't wait for it. That's what I can't wait for.
And again, right, remember this, Bulls fans, and remember this, all of Chicago. If you're a Bulls fan, Bears fan, or wherever you're listening from, they do stuff like this sometimes because they know we'll respond. Because we're a sports town. We breathe, eat, sleep sports. They know we'll respond. That's why networks and article writers and all these mugs pick on these Chicago teams. That's why you saw the Chicago Bears getting eviscerated in the news this year and all of that, right? Because there's no reason to pay attention to us if we're just either bad or even if we're good, but like nothing major changed. There's no reason to pay attention to us. So sometimes they do this literally just to say, we need somebody that's going to react to this article. Put the Bulls in 8th place.
This is true. And Chicago fans are fiery. I get that. And then also, what's going to really tell me what the opinion of the Chicago Bulls is how many nationally televised games we get when the schedule is released in a couple of weeks.
Oh, we got to have a couple of them.
We got to have more than a couple, bro.
We probably have, what, 4 TNT games this year?
Probably. And I don't know if you caught up on any of the ratings, like from last season. So the Bulls we had less than 10 nationally televised games last season.
Yeah.
Every game that Chicago Bulls were nationally televised last season was towards the top 20 of overall regular season games watched last season. So guess what? The Bulls are about to be on that live nationally. Last time we had a bunch of nationally televised was the
Jimmy Butler D Wade year.
We did have a lot of nationally televised.
We had a lot of televised. Hey, we was like, stop putting us on.
But even before then, like the year after Rose won the MVP, bro, I felt like every game was on nationally. Keep in mind, I don't live in Chicago. I got to see I didn't even have League Pass then. Yeah. I got to see damn near every game. I was watching the game every day. So like, So it's gonna be a fun season for the Chicago Bulls. And you know, don't let these ratings or whatever get too much in your head if you are a Bulls fan, because to Pat's point, a lot of this is to generate conversation. A lot of this is to generate controversy. A lot of this also is to generate storylines for them to have next season to be like, oh, well, the Bulls that were predicted to be 8th are currently 5th in the NBA. Like, it's all meant to do that stuff, and they build that in. ESPN and these outlets know what they do. This is why I don't really mess with the national media anymore, because it's not honest coverage in a lot of cases anymore. It's really just, hey, who can we fire up? Celtics fans, we can fire up Celtics fans. Oh, go ahead, we got something for them.
Hey, like listen, they're not even vetting it. You know, they keep getting caught up by ball sack media. So I don't know. I don't know how much I can trust this ESPN prediction, bro. You getting caught up by a dude named Ball Sack Sports. Here's a question that I will ask you. If the Chicago Bulls win 44 games next season, but the entire Eastern Conference is a dogfight, and it's one of those where like everybody can beat everybody.
Yeah.
Which it kind of was last season.
Yeah. Do
you feel like we took a step back?
No. I mean, so record be damned, right? Like it's easy to look at a record and say, hey, we took a step back because this is like it does depend on how competitive the Eastern Conference is, especially if like KD trade goes down, or Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks, if Donovan Mitchell to the Miami Heat go down, something like that. Like, and it is a dogfight. Every game in the Eastern Conference has like a play, which we've seen before. That year this is a long time ago, but the year that every single Central Division team made the playoffs, every game was like a playoff game down the stretch of that season. If it becomes that, then all right, if the Bulls do get 45, 44 wins in a case like that, depending on how the rest of the conference finishes, then all right, I understand it, right? Then yeah, no, we didn't take a step back. The conference just got much, much better. So we'll see.
And I think that's kind of what ESPN's predicting here. And there's a lot of love for the Eastern Conference. They're like, hey, everybody else got better. But hey, listen, Haize dropped a bar 2 podcasts ago. I don't know if y'all saw it, but yeah, they got better. But they didn't get better than a healthy Bulls team.
Nope. And if they think that, they got something else coming for them. And that's all I'm going to say with that, because my team's going to prove it on the court. Now, we're going to get into the next topic in which we're going to talk about DeMar DeRozan's ranking in the top 25 shooting guards in the league. But first, got to talk to you guys about BetOnline. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your betting needs. Find all your favorite sports and events at the #1 online source for odds, lines, and games. Find reviews and news of every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports wagering information, from live in-game betting, scores, and podcasts. They have you covered. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to learn more about the action happening today. BetOnline, it's where the game starts. All right, Pat. So we talked about Zach LaVine's ranking in the top shooting guards list from HoopSite. We also talked about Alonzo's Ball being left off the list, which we kind of understood. DeMar DeRozan has now ranked 8th in that same list for small forwards heading into next season, with Jason Tatum being number 1, Kevin Durant being number 2, I believe. And who was at number 3? Number 3, we had this is great pocket. Kawhi Leonard, who has not played a game.
Which is why I'm confused why Lonzo is left off now.
And then we have LeBron James, number 4 with the Lakers. Jimmy Butler, number 5. Paul George, number 6. Brandon Ingram, number 7, which I agree with that one. DeMar at number 8, which I already mentioned. Chris Middleton at number 9. And then Mikal Bridges, number 10. Is Mikal Bridges a top 10 small forward in the NBA?
Mikal Bridges was clamping last year.
I guess if they're just basing it off last,
he had a. I would assume that's what. I hope that's what this is.
But this is based off last year heading into next season. Okay, I can understand that.
It can't because look who's at number 13.
Michael Porter Jr. at number 3. Oh wow.
So what is projection?
RJ Barrett number 14. Keldon Johnson number 15. Franz Wagner, who was a rookie last year, number 16. Bojan Bogdanovic at number 17. Herb Jones at number 18. Josh Hart, 19. Sadiq Bey, number 20. DeAndre Hunter at number 20. What is this list, bro?
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. This also tells me the small forward game in the NBA is kind of weak. Like it's literally the top 10, and that's it.
This is an interesting list.
This is a very interesting list. Of course, we're gonna focus in on DeMar being 8th on this list. I can't say I disagree with 8. Well, maybe a little bit. One, Kawhi shouldn't be on here because we didn't see Kawhi play all season last season.
That would go for Michael Porter Jr. too, then, right?
Right. But I can't say I disagree with the names that are above DeMar outside of Kawhi. I would put Tatum above DeMar. I would put KD, of course, above DeMar. I would put LeBron above DeMar. I would put LeBron above Tatum, though.
No Zion on this list? Are we officially Zion's a 4? A power 4? Okay.
Yeah, he's a 4. Is Jimmy Butler? Jimmy Butler's kind of the question mark, right? Is Jimmy Butler better than DeMar DeRozan? Of course, his team got further.
Yes, because both sides of the ball. The two-way capability. I would have to rank Jimmy Butler above DeMar DeRozan.
But yeah. I can't argue that because DeMar ain't playing the other side of the ball.
He tries. Right. It's
that's the problem. No. Like he don't sometimes.
See, sometimes, yeah. But like you rarely ever looking at a defensive play and be like, hey, DeMar just did not pay attention. It happens, right? But you're rarely like, DeMar he just wasn't paying attention at all on this. You're just like, hey, he's kind of slow. His lateral foot speed is, you know what? As good as DeMar DeRozan's footwork is on the offensive end, he should be in better position defensively.
Yeah, I think it's literally a case of want to. And the other one for me is B.I. though. I love B.I. I think B.I. is a really good player. I think that BI is a top 10 small forward in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But BI doing more than DeMar? It's not like BI is clamping mugs on the other end either. Like, you know what? I can't say that. Maybe he is. Let me look at his defensive ratings. I can't say that. I just don't remember a Brandon Ingram great defensive play off the top of my head.
I mean, Brandon Ingram isn't a terrible defender, right? Like, I don't know. I would have the Brandon Ingram above DeMar DeRozan, but I've told you before, very I am a Brandon Ingram supporter. Very much so.
Ingram with a 113 defensive rating.
And DeMar DeRozan's defense rating last season, I believe, was a 110. So technically, DeMar DeRozan was a better defensive.
Oh, no, that was the wrong year. Oh, no, it's still close. He had a 114.8 last season.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really remember a Brandon Ingram defensive play. He's a horrible defender.
But
Brandon Ingram's not terrible defensively. Oh, he is. Or at least the numbers say he is. I don't know. I mean,
but you still got to look at it. Like 22.7 points, 5.8 rebounds per game, 5.6 assists per game, 46% shooting overall from the field. He's a top 10. He's
top 10. My question is he above DeMar?
Is he above DeMar? Well, there's one. I'll give one spot grace, right? I still would rank Brandon Ingram above DeMar for a couple of different reasons. A, he's younger. If you're building a team, you would go with Brandon Ingram probably over DeMar DeRozan for the next 10 years. Yeah. And I think that if part of any of this making this list is you thinking that they're progressing, you have to rank Ingram above DeMar as well, because DeMar is not going to progress. He's going to refine his game, but Brandon Ingram still is young enough to where you can still possibly talk yourself into Brandon Ingram still making considerable improvements to his game. I don't know if he does or not, but I think you can make those.
We haven't seen that though. Like Brandon Ingram's been the same dude since he's been in New Orleans. Now, granted, that's still a 23 to 25 point per game guy, right? But it's not like all of a sudden he's going to, in my opinion, I don't think playing next to CJ McCollum and Zion Williamson is going to just all of a sudden boost him up to a 28 point per game player, like which DeMar essentially was last year. So for me, I'd put him higher. I'd put DeMar higher on the list. I'd probably rank, if I was gonna, let's give our personal rankings real quick on this. So I listen, I'll give Tatum top 3, but he ain't one. I don't even know if I can give him 2. Putting Tatum above KD and LeBron to me is crazy, even though he made the finals.
Listen, they've been hyping that young man. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the hype is earned, right? Let's be clear here. A lot of the hype is very much so earned. But
he's the best small forward in the NBA.
I can't give Jason Tatum the best small forward in the NBA, bro. Like,
I would go Kevin Durant probably 1 now. I would probably go LeBron 2. Now we got the LeBron haters coming through. I'll give Tatum 3. I guess if I have to include Kawhi, I'll put him 4 just because he hasn't played at all. And I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm flipping Jimmy and PG. But PG missed a lot of time last season too, so it's probably that. All right, I'll leave Jimmy 5. I'll go PG 6. I would go DeMar 7. I'd probably say DeMar's at 7.
All right. I'm going KD 1, LeBron 2, Jimmy Butler 3.
Ooh, top 3 for Jimmy G.
Jimmy G gets 3.
Here's Jimmy G.
Yeah. He gets 3. Then I'm going Jason Tatum 4. 5, I have to do Kawhi Leonard. 6, PG. I'm going to go with you 7, DeMar DeRozan. 8, Brandon Ingram. Then I'll keep it basically the same after that.
Yeah.
Everything.
It don't matter no more.
Yeah.
Middleton is 9, yeah. And Mikal Bridges 10. A little low for Wiggins. No love for Wiggins? Like might be a little low for Wiggins for what we saw last season from him.
I mean, Wiggins had a great season. That's why I wish they put more of their – because they can't just be basing this off just last – because if you're basing it just off last season, and you're saying, hey, this is how they performed last season, so this is where they are ranking going into next season, I could see that. But when you have players that have not played a game last season ranked in your top 10, it's like, all right, listen, what are you doing here? Because Wiggins last season absolutely deserved to be listed as one of the top 10 small forwards of last season. But if we're talking overall impact of the game overall, I don't think I'm picking OG over Wiggins in my opinion.
It's funny because like they introduced it. I was like, maybe we just didn't pay attention to it. It literally just says this is a loaded position from top to bottom. I'm like, I wouldn't go with those words.
Did you read your own list? That blurb must be written before they determine their list. That's what it must be.
And it's random. Like Dylan Brooks is 23, but Gordon Hayward's 22. Gordon Hayward's missed like the last 10 seasons.
No, Gordon Hayward's come back on the last couple of seasons when he's played.
It literally starts off by saying when he's on the floor, he's productive.
Yeah. Kelly Oubre, number 24. Shout out to Kelly Oubre for making the top 25 list.
Top 20. Sadiq Bey top 20. I hope.
Sadiq Bey. Look at that.
We got to do an episode where like we bring on probably our 3 biggest rivals from around Locked On, like 3 biggest team rivals from around Locked On, and just go at it with each other on how the season's gonna go. Because I'm thinking, what are our 3 biggest? What, Detroit, Miami?
Are we still considering the Pacers as a rival? Is this what we still doing? Okay, I didn't think so.
You gotta be good to be a rival. Although Detroit, but
Atlanta. Let's just say Atlanta.
It's just a standing beef with Detroit and Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. That's a city beef. That's not even just teams. Like, there's literally people who are from the city of Chicago and Detroit. When they see each other, it's like, hey man, what up?
New York. You gotta do New York.
Oh man, listen, I hate talking about the Knicks, bro. Like I really hate talking about the
Knicks.
Knicks. That's what I say. For number
suck,
3, let's do it. Let's do the Hawks. Number 3, let's do the Hawks. Just find out Locked On Hawks. Let's bring on Locked On Hawks because we got listen. You got to bring on IO, the team that represents IO's son. Like we're family. You know that, we're family. But all right, y'all, man. Next up, we got to talk about Cristiano Felicio. Like, I never thought I'd be saying that. Like, why are we talking about Cristiano Felicio? I'm going to tell you why we're talking about Cristiano Felicio. So he's going to be playing in the Denard Bros Pro Run this Thursday in the Bishop Shepherd Little Memorial Center. Oh, at the Bishop Shepherd Little Memorial Center in Chicago. Pat, are you going to go see our boy, the God, Cristiano?
No. Nope. Not bringing back those bad memories. Not bringing back that beef. Why? Why? Nope. I don't need to. You know, why are you going to do that same stupid little spin move he used to do down low where people would swipe the ball away? Or he's going to do that stupid jump shot with them dumb glasses.
Could you defend Cristiano Felicio, Pat?
Absolutely not. He's 7 feet tall. He's 7 feet tall. No, he'll be able to move. I'm not stupid either. Like, I'm a great player. I'll tell you what, I can swipe the ball away on that stupid spin move like everybody else in the NBA did because it keeps it down by his ankles when he's spinning instead of up like he's 7 feet tall.
Oh, my God. This is hilarious, bro. Shout out to Cristiano Felicio for still being in Chicago. Like, I guess his contract ran out. He just looked around like,
it's a good city.
It's solid. I made $34 million here. I might as well go ahead and stay around.
Bro, the most wild thing to me about Cristiano Felicio is that Cristiano Felicio got paid and has been with the same woman the entire time. But you could definitely tell when he got the contract that she now looks completely different. It blew. Like, I was like, there's no way this is the same chick.
Hey,
Felicio very loyal, but he'll buy a new one.
But he said, listen, I'm going to stick by you. We gotta make some changes and alterations.
You gotta make some changes in your life, like I did.
Exactly. Like listen. I mean, hey, people add additions to their car. I mean, listen. If she's down for it, she consented. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, but man, shout out to Cristiano Felicio, who last season played basketball in Budaliza. I don't even know where that is. But he averaged 11 and 9. So shout out to him. 11 and 9.
That's actually not bad. Like, if he had averaged 11 and 9 here, I'd have been a lot less pissed off.
Shout out to him.
If he had been useful.
Well, that was in 2020, 2021. He's not played basketball. Oh, no, that was 21, 22. So that was last season over there. But still in Chicago. Yeah.
Go home.
Listen,
leave Chicago alone.
Bro, we gave that man.
Chicago alone.
We gave that man.
I swear he's the reason he got blown out in the playoffs.
Oh, a bunch of times.
Like last season, he was sitting courtside for both playoff games.
Oh, Felicio was. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to it. That's funny.
With braids.
With braids?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Cristiano Felicio got cornrows.
That is hilarious.
Leave Chicago alone, man.
Listen, man. Hey, I have no idea what to say to that, man. Like, I don't. The Brazilian Mamba. Still hanging out in Chi-Town, man. Shout out to the city of Chicago, man. Shout out to Garpax for giving that man that money, all these checks where he's living now. He's out here in Chicago living his best life.
Let's be real. That's what got them fired. Doggone Michael Reinsdorf was looking at that and was like, bro, what did y'all see?
Now, let's be real though. There was a period in time where Cristiano Felicio did look like, hey man, if he's able to put it together, this could be a steal.
36 million?
Yeah, no, never that.
Never in my life did I look at Cristiano Felicio's game and say this could be a steal. Even when D Wade was throwing them lobs, I was like, somebody stole something. Never in my days have I looked at Cristiano Felicio.
Bro. Okay, here's the thing. This is what I'm going to throw to you right now. If the Bulls start the season, let's say finish the season. If the Bulls get 50 to 52 wins this season, will you wear a Cristiano Felicio jersey for the first playoff game that we review if I buy it for you?
Why would I do that? So that they can lose? First off, you have to custom order it. You'll end up paying more money to get a Felicio jersey because they don't sell Felicio.
Oh no, bro! They still in JCPenney. They still got tons of Felicio jerseys, bro. They just got them because nobody ever bought them.
You need to find a Felicio jersey just to hang on your wall, just to have it there. If you can find a Felicio jersey, you buy that as a national treasure of like, these dudes suck. And I'm going to just hang this on the wall.
Do you know? No, why would I hang? You already have to help me fight my PTSD on this show. Do you think me seeing a Felicio jersey every day, do you know what that would do to this show?
It'll remind you that Garpax ain't here no more. It'll make you feel I mean, like, good Lord, bro.
Man, bro.
That was such a terrible era. But, bro, I didn't we say this yesterday? It was like, bro, Gar Forman just looked at Paul Zipser and was like, yeah, that's the guy. I'm a draft.
Paul Zipser, who we're high on. But man, that's it. Let's listen. I've been good at maintaining my PTSD. Let's get up out of here, bro.
There's a whole segment of PTSD. What are you talking about? I mean,
listen.
Follow me on everything at Pat the Designer, man. Appreciate y'all. Hey, I'll be having fun tweeting y'all on Twitter too, man. So follow me on everything at Pat the Designer, and follow us both on everything at Locked On Bulls. Appreciate y'all for showing love.
You can follow me at CEO Haize, at CEO Haize, and thank you for making Locked On Bulls your first listen every day. Now for your second listen, go and check it on Locked On NBA, where the Locked On experts break down all the latest news, rumors, and developments going on in the NBA in 30 minutes or less. They can be found wherever you get your podcast. For Pat the Designer, I'm Haize. This is Locked On Bulls, and we out this mug. Peace, y'all.
Peace.